Hello everyone, I hope this video actually does make it out into the public. I have been actually recording here and there a couple of my planner layouts, but just haven't really gotten the time to work on the editing and the voiceovers. It's just tough for me on the program that I'm currently using. I need to find a better one. But I really thought that it was a good time to hop back in and hopefully get on a current schedule since I finally feel like I'm ready to get back on my planner. Now, you will notice that this is not my common planner. I actually don't think I've used it since the summertime. My summer was all over the place and I didn't feel I had the time to set up my new planner. So, if any of y'all remember, I actually bought the Common Planner half year. So, you had January through June on the first booklet, and then there was a second booklet that had the other half of the year. Now, I had really enjoyed the outcome of setting up my first half of the year planner, and I really liked how it came out. I loved how chunky it was becoming. And when it was time to switch and reset up the pages, kind of jot in again my goal breakdown and my quarterlies, I don't know, I just very much lost interest in it. I felt it was very overwhelming to redo something that I had already really liked. And not to mention that it was the exact same thing. You know, maybe if for the second half of the year I was working with a different planner that had maybe a different setup already laid out, but that it had something different, but it wasn't. It was pretty much an exact copy of the previous layout, but this one was all blank. And just starting off with that clean slate in such a busy time of year for me was too overwhelming, and I didn't even touch it. Like, I just put it aside. I remember I tried to decorate the first monthly and I accidentally decorated the wrong month, and that was the start of no B6 for me for another couple of months. So instead, what I used was this little notebook that I had set aside also, but had specifically bought for this year. So this is very much kind of like a bullet journal. It has bullet points on the paper, though you can't very much see them. It does have a lot of little bullet points so you can kind of guide yourself as you're setting up all of your layouts. I've used it very sparsely here and there. I have been keeping up with my monthlies, and that's exactly what I was working on today. I was setting up an October monthly for me to kind of lay out what I wanted to accomplish for this month. And for all of those of you who love the B6, specifically the Common Planner, don't worry. I've picked that up again because even though I do have certain quarrels with it, I think the main vertical layout that I have is very useful. But something that I have been giving thought to is that if I do go the Common Planner route again, I'm going to make sure to buy a full year in the booklet versus having those two versions. I have seen how chunky they can get when you do that. So I have been going like back and forth, like, should I buy it in compact with less pages? Because I honestly don't use the notes pages as a daily tracker or a daily to-do list. So I would be able to technically have additional pages that need be, but I don't know if I'm willing to risk that. I don't know if I'm willing to get rid of the additional 200 pages and go for the compact version. If any of you have done that before, have done that transition from like the full notes book pages to less, I'd love some feedback on that. Whether or not you guys seem to find that it's useful to track other different things. I know that's typically what I've used my notes pages for. It's not necessarily for what I do on a daily basis, but just other random things that I want to keep track of. On my notes pages, I've actually kept a lot of my weeklies, so it's very different than their original purpose. But I've also kind of like picked up some information that I want to not necessarily track, but I do like to note take. I just feel that whenever I write something down, it helps either clarify it in my head or just keep it better in my memory. So that's what I definitely want to continue using the notes pages for. But any feedback would be highly valuable. Now, getting back to the setup, I've very much been enjoying. I think this is like the third month that I use these different shades of browns and creams. Oh, they've just been everything for me. And it being October, I'm not very much of a Halloween gal whatsoever. But we have been starting to feel the start of fall already. And here in Texas, that means we're getting some 80-degree days and some 60-degree nights. And that's already so much better than what our summer has been. So I've really been enjoying that part. And adding these little parts of coffee themed stickers and just the foam and the taste, and you can already hear the little ice clinking on that glass. It's the time. It's the perfect time to enjoy. And on my end, I'm still enjoying the cold coffee, but with the crisp air. And I don't mind getting up earlier just to feel the difference in that wind. So I hope you guys have been also enjoying some of the transition in this weather. This overall is a very basic, I think, monthly setup. And then at the bottom, where I had a little bit more space, I decided to focus in on my 3 main goals for this month. Now that we aren't going to be traveling for family events as much anymore, our schedule is honing in back into what we regularly have. I want to get more time with our immediate family. So, and this meaning like my husband, myself, and my daughter, like us three, because we've been spending a lot of time with extended family, which has been lovely. I feel my love tank is all filled up, but we have to catch back on us, just dedicate some time back to us. And that's what I want to make sure we do this October, make some memories where we were focused on each other. And second thing, this one's a little more personal, but I'm hoping to still kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So I would like to join a local gym that also offers daycare. And this is essentially just to both help myself and my daughter get out of the house and, just see other people, see different things. I originally used to work out from home in the mornings, but lately my work schedule has just required a little bit more time. So I've been having a couple of days where it's hard to squeeze in that workout, but I do not want to lose track of that because I have seen how much it has helped me overall. And I'm not sure if it's just like the age where she's at. Currently, I have a toddler, and she has a very hard time just getting apart from me. It's always mom, 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 mom. Like, even when it comes to like my husband or her grandparents, like she just wants to be stuck on, like leeched onto me. So hopefully too, just spending at least an hour away from mom once a week will kind of help her build a confidence where, like, even if I don't see mom immediately, like mom will be there and it's okay. And then my final goal, going back into the house, I have to clean up our master bathroom. And it's like a little suspenseful moment because we experienced mold in it. I want to say it was like closer to the beginning of the year. By now it has already been fixed and everything. But since we had the wall opened up for a while, it seemed like some critters like went in there. So it's just like messy. It's just, messy in the sense where in my head, like I feel like it's dirty because I have the feeling where it's like no one has been in here for months. There's probably going to be, like just dirt, cobwebs, and ugh. I just need to deep clean it. I feel like a sweep won't do or a wipe over won't do. Like I need to deep clean that space so I can feel it's habitable again. And now that we've already like cleaned it up and patched up what we had to. I just need to do that. So probably buy a couple of things to get that space cleaned out. And since I'm not looking forward to it, I know I should write it down as a goal because I feel that is definitely going to be my eat the frog task for the month. So follow me along, push me, motivate me, remind me on the comments like, hey, have you started? Have you thought about it? Because I'm sure I'm going to need it. And finally, as we all do, there are those kind of like things just laying around in our heads of like, hey, maybe I could do this, or maybe it'd be nice to have this. And I just left a little section for that open on my right side column, just random little things, tasks, to-dos that I thought would be nice to remember, not necessarily must be done, but things that I wanted to jot down. And that kind of wraps it up. I left it fairly blank, just put in a couple of dates that I wanted to remember, highlighted a couple of things, and let me know if you like this like bullet journal version. And for those B6 Common Planner gals, no worries, it's coming. I promise. Promise I won't take as long as a break because I need this structure in my life back. And yeah, hopefully I find a better program that helps me push out these videos as quickly as I record them. So thank you all for stopping by, hearing me talk, hearing me laugh, and hopefully in the next one, seeing me get stuff done. So hope your October is going great, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.